Hi, namaste, and welcome to Breakout with me, Abha. Thank you so much for watching. We are committed to bring to you on this show exceptional game changers, thought transformers, people who have walked their talk and been there and done that. And guess what? They are ready to demystify this whole success game and the rules game for us because they have made all the new rules. They have broken rules, they've made new rules, and they will help us to break out of what we find limiting and break into something what we find absolutely necessary for us. They have taught us a big lesson that there is no rule to life, and the only one rule is that we make up all the rules on the way because everything is figure outable. Like I said, my guests are all exceptional people. My guest today is an exceptionally wonderful gentleman who has redefined PR and publicity from a very, very purpose-driven perspective. Usually we don't hear such things about PR. His company works with people who are change makers, thought leaders, and want to make a real difference to the world. His goal? Very simple. Keep it simple, short and sweet. So founder of Wasabi Publicity, lauded by the PR Week, Good Morning America. His firm is known for landing clients on the Oprah Show, Dr. Phil, Wall Street Journal, and many, many other top media outlets. The interesting part about this gentleman is that he specializes in aha conversations. We've heard of aha moments. He's about aha conversations that he says are key to personal and business success. For 30 years, this gentleman has been inspiring those who want to change the world. Please welcome Drew Gerber. Drew, how are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you. How are you? Looking forward to our conversation.
Yes, likewise. I'm so looking forward to this because we got to learn some stuff from you. 30 years in PR and doing so well. I think you got to teach us some interesting stuff here. Okay. You are Drew out to change the world, right? And
Yes.
the quickest way you say to do is to change what people are talking about. What I'd like to learn from you and what I'd like to know from you is 30 years down, where did this all start? It's always like some early influences, something happened on the way, you broke out of something and you got into something. So give us an overview of what went on.
Great. Well, surprisingly enough, where I all started was back when I was in college, and I was about ready to graduate with my degree of all things chemical engineering. And I had one of those, as you talked about, aha moments where I saw that what I wanted my life to be about was really about making a difference and changing people's lives. And I just didn't really think that chemical engineering was going to do that. They do really, really great works, but it wasn't a fit for me. So I went into marketing, and I went into marketing because I saw that the quickest way to actually make a difference on the planet, as you said, is to change what people are talking about. And for me, that's what really lit me up and excited me about the whole world of marketing, is because if we really look back through history, those things, those points in history that where something has changed, something's altered, it's always been around marketing. Now, they don't always call it marketing, but it's really about those times when someone was standing for something to change the conversation and alter the world. And that, for me, is really what marketing's all about for our clients that we work with. They're out to change the world and make a difference.
Right. Right. I think I completely agree with what you're saying. History is full of stories. I mean, stories or maybe incidents or happenings where people have, taken a detour and then have stood up for something different. And I mean, this is interesting when you call it marketing, but yeah, this is what it is. And they've always been trying to bring in something new and letting the world know about something new. So this is, yeah, thanks for that. That's
This
nice.
Yeah, this is really good. And this is really for people in their personal lives. This is really the biggest aha for them.
Right,
If business isn't about that for you, don't go into business for yourself. It
right,
has to be, you need to be standing up for something in
right,
order for me, for you to have it all, like a successful business, successful life, really life that you truly love and inspires you. So
right.
just like we've talked about those moments in history, this is your moment with your business to stand up and say with your products and your services that life's going to be different now for
Right.
people, my clients. Yeah.
Right, right, right. I think it also it truly boils down to be able to make a shift. I mean, have people make that shift in their lives or wherever you are getting in contact with them. So that's very interesting. I'm also very fascinated to see that you're now using PR to leverage about change. You're leveraging PR to bring about change, to bring about new thought, and bring in new people. So you call yourself a media storyteller. Tell us about the aha that you look for and the aha that you cause through these stories.
Well, when the first thing we do whenever we're working with a client is we really help them clarify their message to get their commitments, their passions down. Really, what is those things that spark? And when we're listening, and anyone on my team, we're very trained in listening. When we're listening for those moments, when someone becomes lit up and excited, and we hear that it's a unique story, it's a unique expression, it's something that's going to impact people's lives. So it's really in our listening where we hear, that's really the message that needs to be out into the world.
Right. So I guess you're also letting people know their aha moments because a lot of people, when they're talking about business or their product or their service, it's more about, it's more like more like an academic theoretical version of what it is. But I think it's the people who you say rightly say when they light up or they get excited. You guys can see it. Probably they can't see it.
Well, here's what happens, okay, that I love, and I love talking about aha moments. But if you step back and you're out there and you look to see, there was a moment in time where you had an aha moment about you being in business. It was like it sparked,
Right.
right? It
Right.
was like, probably this show was an aha moment. It's like
It
there's a
was.
need,
It
boom,
was.
right? And then what happens for people, unfortunately, is what happens is all these shoulds and do it this way and what the guru says just piles on top of it. So you're left uninspired and unmoment. What we
Right.
do is kind of uncover to
Right.
get them back, return them back to that moment of aha, that spark of enthusiasm.
Sure.
Because if you can live there, stay there,
Right.
and kind of dwell in this new world that the aha provided for you, that's where the magic happens.
Absolutely. I think, and very rightly, I can relate to because this show is an aha. It just came,
Yeah.
and within, I mean, there was obviously, I'm not the kind of person who asks a lot of questions from other people. So within 10 weeks, we were out with the entire concept, ideation to execution, and with 14 episodes out there on audio and video. So it was just
Boom.
so magical and boom. Yeah, true. I agree with what you're saying. So
Yeah.
very, very, very nice there. Tell me, Drew, because PR, my personal experience, a lot of my friends and authors that I know and other leaders that I work with, does not have a great reputation. It's so much
Yeah.
about when we say storytellers, it's also a little bit of making up of stories which may not be so true. There's exaggeration, there's hyperbole. I mean, um, at Wasabi, you are very particular about maintaining the client's image, message, and integrity. So their
Yeah.
story and the public interest all not quite what we hear of.
Yes.
Not quite.
Well, look,
I
I
want to
think
just go there and let you know what it is.
I think for the most part, I think publicist and the PR world gets a bad rap in for a number of reasons. First of all, is around the area of expectations. And I think oftentimes people think about PR as the magic bullet. It's literally the thing that's going to turn everything out for them. It's like a lottery, it's like the energy of a lottery ticket. So people go to PR and think they're going to land on some major national show and then life's just going to turn out for them. So they come with these false expectations about what PR is. When you know what PR is, it's a powerful tool, but it's a powerful tool when included in a fully integrated marketing plan.
Right.
Because once you get PR, you have to leverage that PR to make it sense of it and actually have it make the difference that it's going to make. Like, for example, if you're interviewed on Good Morning America in the United States and everything, great that you got got it interviewed, but then you need to let your social media, your fans, your followers, your connections know that that's happening. You need to get it up on, you need to buy the clip, you need to get it on the internet so it lives on the internet forever, and you can really leverage and maximize those. So it's two things. One, people have unrealistic expectations about PR, and number two is they don't know how to leverage PR when they get it to really squeeze the most juice out of that placement.
Right. So do you also help, apart from just PR, do you also help with the peripheral things like the social media, the internet, and everything?
We do. We're a full service PR company, and we've kind of adapted through the years. Like when we started, we learned very quickly what was needed was online press kit was crucial, particularly if you wanted to get top tier. So we created an online press kit technology that was easy for people. Then we saw that you had to have a social media platform in order to really leverage it. So about 7 years ago, we created an arm to do social media. So we do it all. And the reason we do it is because the marketplace is very crowded now. And in order to really make the difference that our clients are looking to make, we have to do it all for them and really make sure we're maximizing everything.
Okay. So you've also devised a very successful process, you say, in putting the message out in ways that you literally cause the shift in what is spoken
Yes.
about your client. So is it a process you'd like to share with us
Well,
so that people can
yes, it's
see?
Yes, absolutely. So here's the thing so the first thing that we do, and this is the most important piece that we talked about, and that's really you need to you need to be returned back to that aha moment where you've got the where you sparked like
Right.
boom, like then you need to look at, and here's a really, really important piece is you have to, there's so many tools out there and there's so many ways to get your message out there, but you have to pick the ways that actually resonates and fits with you. So if you love to be in front of the camera, you're great at it. Then you want to get in front of the camera like you, right? You want to get in front of the camera, you want to do that. If you're a writer, then you want to really do blogs.
Right.
And if you want to be interviewed by the media. So we really design a comprehensive campaign. And look, anyone at home can do it. PR is not rocket science.
Right.
It really comes down to the right message at the right, to the right person at the right time. It's those things. So that's what it is. It's about one, getting the unique message. Number two, finding that person that would be interested, the media. See, too many times people don't take the time to really investigate what media venue is going to really resonate with my message. And then timing it's all about timing in PR and making sure that you're pitching at a time that's perfect. With breaking news, what's happening in the news and how does your message fit into that seasonally? We're going into summer. What does your business have to do with people in summer? You want to be pitching that now. And then number two is evergreen stories, which is just your message that you keep putting out there time and time again. So there's three things that you really need to look for is making sure you've got the unique message. That always goes back to the aha moment.
Right.
Finding the right media venues, right? And that takes research and time, but finding the resonate.
Right.
And then get the timing. The two questions we always have to ask ourselves with the media is why should the media care? Number one.
Right.
And why should the media care now? And those are two different questions. But if you get those questions down, you will be successful in PR.
Right. I mean, that's a very interesting perspective. And I wasn't sort of looking at it in that sense because a lot of people I talk to, whenever we speak with PR companies, they will give us a nice, bouquet of stuff that can be done. However,
yes.
I think like the way you're talking, I mean, you say, of course, the aha part, what's your unique message? And what the media, why should the media, what kind of media, and why should the media care in terms of timing? Which is kind of which sort of puts it in perspective because yes, if we can get there, I think it's so much easier in terms of getting a message to the right people and at the right time.
Completely. And so many times people are too self-centered, right? They're all like, what can the media do for me? What can the media do for me?
Right.
No. The number one reason why we are successful is we're clear that we come from the place of serving the media. And I even will tell our clients, you may be paying us, but we really work for the media because I know that if we make the jobs the media's job easier, you're going to get the media coverage. You win,
I
and everybody wins. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this is. I haven't heard this one before though. We're serving the media, which is interesting because it's like any other business. So it's like you're looking for your stakeholders or your consumers or your clients. It's in the same manner. We got to start thinking of it in that manner. So this is yeah. I've had a ship. I've had a small
Good.
ship just now. So give us a couple of names. Because you've landed people on Oprah, Dr. Phil, and you always bring these big change makers and thought leaders to the media. So give us names of some of the people who we can recognize and we can see what they've been doing.
So great. So Landmark, they're the world's largest professional and personal development. We've worked with Ariel Ford, Soulmate Secrets. We worked with the Grameen Foundation, who is Dr. Yunus won the Nobel Peace Prize for microfinancing. We've worked with the Nelson Mandela Foundation. So we've worked with a whole while. We work with solopreneurs all the way up to global nonprofits. I'm naming the global ones because people will probably be
People
most
probably know them.
familiar with
Yes,
them.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Okay, let me sort of move over from PR to your technology company. You have a technology company that launched a free PR tool where
hmm
experts and journalists can meet each other. So it's called the pitchrate.com. So that's www.pitchrate.com. It
Yep.
says connect with the media for free. So on the face of it, it looks as if it is affecting the business adversely. Is it? I mean, if we can go and meet them for free, do people need PR? Well,
Oh, that's a
actually,
really
you have a bigger purpose behind it. You have something else going on there. Tell us what it is.
Well, look, the reason that we really created Pitch Rate was our opportunity to give back to the community. And this is really much bigger than just us as a PR company. It's really about changing the planet. So if we're out there changing what people are talking about, it's making a difference. I just fundamentally trust the business takes care of itself. And it does.
It does.
Because pitch rate is great, but it connects the journalist, but it doesn't answer the question really is you've got to still do the work of what are you pitching the media? How do you pitch it? Do you have an online press kit? All of those kind of things. What it's designed for is really for those people that have some facility with PR already as a tool for them. It's not particularly great for people who are newbies to PR. I mean, they could land something every once in a while, but you still need to know how to pitch the media
Sure.
and all of that.
Sure.
But and truthfully, we only work with a handful of clients at a time by choice. So we hand select our clients. We've got a lot of people coming to us. We hand select our clients because we want to make sure that our philosophy and their philosophy match. And if we're going to be, using our life's energy to do this, it has to be something that we believe in. So there's a lot of other people out there that are making a difference, and that's where Pitch Rate comes in because they can still use our technology and our services to make the difference.
That's true. So I see a deeper sort of purpose sitting over here when you're talking in terms of making a difference, in terms of putting your life energy into it, in terms of being able to connect with people or work with people who match up with the same philosophy or working at the same level, probably in the same space. How do you pick your clients then? I mean, is there a way
Yeah.
that people can reach out to? Is there a way? I mean, do you just tell them to get lost if you don't like them?
No, 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 no. That's so cute. No, well, look, you mentioned our site wasabipublicity.com,
Right.
and they can go there. And what I always do a free consultation with people, and it's one of the things that I love, and I spend most of my time doing it. Majority of the people were not a good fit, but what I can do is at least set them on a path
Right.
down the road of really where they can take the next step to make a difference. That's a really good question, and a lot of it comes from our beliefs and what we're committed and passionate about. So we're really committed and passionate about human rights,
Right.
environment, the
Right.
animals, really the betterment of humanity, shifting mindset,
Right.
really about those people that are committed to changing not only the U.S., but they're changing the planet.
Right.
So, if someone comes to us and they're like, really, it's about they want a business to make money, we're not a good fit. It's just not.
Right.
We are work with people that are committed to making a difference and clear that money will handle itself. They
Absolutely.
are going to make money, right?
Yeah.
It's my philosophy. Like you do good, you're going to make money in the world, but it's really where people are coming from is where we choose our clients more than the specific whatever it is that we're doing PR on.
That's quite interesting, I think, because usually whenever you go to a PR firm, everybody wants to grab business. So here, this is like
Yeah.
very different because people, when you say that you figure first how
Yeah.
you can help, whether it matches with your philosophy or it doesn't, and the kind of beliefs that you work around. I think that's really fascinating. Drew, your love for conversations and your love for travel and your PR expertise all get together in your blog, which is called
Yes.
www.destinationaha.com. And I read that.
Yes.
I read some of that. It's extremely interesting. And I mean, the kind of things you shared over there, the stories are very, very interesting. When did this come about and what is this aimed at?
Well, so really, I've always had a passion for traveling. And I've always, when I traveled, the thing that I loved most, in fact, I was just in your neck of the woods, I was just in Thailand.
Oh,
Um, yeah. What I love about traveling is going there and immersing myself in another culture. Because what I always know is when I am looking at the way other people approach life, their mindset, it has me get present to my mindset and
right.
gives me the opportunity then once I'm present to it to change it or not change it. So the destination aha began when I was sitting on the couch and decided, I turned to my partner and said, hey, I want to live outside the United States. So we began a journey looking for different places to live outside the United States. And that's really where it all came together. We're
Right.
now living in Hungary,
Right.
Budapest, Hungary. We also have a home in Serbia.
Oh,
And so we spent the winter in Dubrovnik, Croatia. So it's all these really cool things. And what I love about this kind of traveling, going and living in a place is it either gives more of an opportunity to really look at mindset and way different people from different part of the world really look at life.
that's interesting. That's I mean the two ideas here. I mean I love the part that you have places to live in various places. This is I'm going to pick that one up. And to learn
Good.
about people's mindsets, yes, I think it's living in a place is very important because I have lived in different parts of Asia. I am from India, but I have an office in Jakarta, Indonesia. I have one in Singapore, and I travel all over the place, and I do stay there for a while. I mean, I just pack my bag and just go and see how they live. So very similar things there.
Yeah.
You are. I can see while I'm talking to you, you have this. I think a more deeper connection with what's going on in the world, and that's where we can even think of changing what's going on. So, what is your vision in terms of changing the planet? Because you're using this very powerful tool to bring about a different conversation there.
Yeah.
What is the vision behind it?
Well, so I really, for me, I think change is going to happen when people learn to come home for themselves and be comfortable in their own skin.
Right.
Because so much of the insanity that's going on is all driven out of a fear. And I think it's a fear from that people aren't home for themselves and comfortable in their own skin. And so what happens when they lash out. And that's the source of you start getting the polarities of mine and theirs and them and us and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
So when we can really alter the conversation, so people are really true and home for themselves and taken care of and nurtured, I think you end a lot of the nonsense in the planet. And for me, it's the hope for the world, for the planet.
I think a lot of world lives in fear because they have our systems, the way we live, the societies, the governments, and everybody is. I think most of life is fear driven. Everybody
Yes.
is fear driven. So I don't think that we grow up thinking that we are beings who are free. We don't have to
Yeah.
live in fear. So that's a great vision out there. That's a great. So what would be because you've moved from chemical engineering to marketing and then to PR. So you've broken out of quite a lot of things, and now
Yeah.
you're out to change the world. What would be your key mantra? Let's say if I were to ask Drew the key mantra, his philosophy for breaking out of the rut, breaking out of the regular stuff, and going out and then finding yourself, what would that be?
That's really a great question. Probably really that I think it would probably that it's all right. It's all really good. It's all really unfolding just as it should be unfolding.
Right.
Like I always say with wasabi, like it's divinely guided, and I really fundamentally trust that. So, we're working with the clients we're working with because it's who we should be working with at the time. And I really think that if you listen, for me, to like your instinct, your intuition, and kind of you can quiet your mind and open your heart, then I think you get into the flow of life, and that's really where the magic kind of happens.
Right. I wish they taught this in schools. I don't think they do.
Oh,
They,
me
they,
too.
they actually take you away from all this and take you away from yourself, literally telling you that, there's a world out there which is more fascinating than yourself. So people don't discover themselves. They don't know themselves very well. I think that's all the confusion out there. So yeah, so great to know that, it's all unfolding in the way it's supposed to, and it's all good.
Yeah, and one of the things I love about business is the way business goes. And this is I primarily still have a US perspective, but in the United States, the way business goes is the way education goes.
Right.
So our education system after our corporate model. So why I'm so passionate about business is if we can change the way business is being done, what you will find is it will trickle down into the education system. And that's really why if I can make a difference with one entrepreneur about really supporting them, quieting their mind and opening their heart,
Right.
I've made a huge difference.
Right.
And that's really for me the biggest lesson that's what business is about now, is quieting the mind and opening the heart, which is challenging because there's so much out there about the mind.
Right.
You have to know knowledge, learning, all
Right.
of this. Very little about really how you truly quiet the mind and open the heart.
That's wonderful. That's a great message. So thank you very much, Drew, for your time.
My
This was great.
pleasure.
Yeah, my pleasure too. So this was Drew Gerber, the person who specializes in AHA conversation. He says you got to quieten your mind and open your heart. Let the way business works change. And I think that's the way everything's going to change, because business, literally money and business runs all societies. If we change everything there, we probably be able to change what's happening around us. So you would not have expected that out of a PR person. So we had this very, very special PR person here who told us that PR is more about more than just advertising and reaching out to the media. It's more about talking from here, getting hold of your aha stuff inside you and outside of you, and make sure that you make that happen. When the magic happens truly is the aha times. So thank you very much, Drew, for your time. Namaste.
Namaste.